Welcome everybody to your favorite 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time chat live stream on the Eastern Seaboard. Holy cow. Okay, so it is absolutely no surprise when we have technical difficulties before a stream.
Yep.
But as you can see, this is not fancy green screen work. I am legitimately in the garage, and I don't know if you can, because the lights are so bright, but that thermometer right there says 100 degrees.
That's toasty.
It's hot in here. But if I open the door, I will have neighbors honking and stopping by and wanting to chit chat, and which is all fine and dandy, but not when you're live, right?
I don't know. I think that's more entertaining.
Yeah, I guess it could be, but then I got to get, signed waivers and stuff. Anyway, I am Glenn from Fun King Garage, Fun King 3D, and of course, with me, as always, I don't have my whole widescreen. With me, as always, my brother from another mother, James from Print N Play.
High five.
Oh, I can do that.
Did it.
So this is completely... All right, let's just run down the whole thing. I'm streaming from my laptop, which I've never done. I mean, not that I've never streamed from a laptop, but in this configuration, I've never done. I am using Bluetooth headphones, which I've never done. I mean, I've used Bluetooth. You guys get it, right? I have a new microphone, so I would like feedback. Oh, my mom's here. Why are you in the garage? Because I like the heat. Like air conditioning's so overrated.
Taste the heat, not the meat.
Oh my gosh. Oof, it's hot. Brand new microphone setup, so I would like feedback on how it sounds. This is
it actually
the mic
sounds
setup.
Pretty good.
Does it? This is the microphone setup that I'm going to use here in the garage for filming going forward, so that you can hear all of my cussing. I mean, grunting and groaning.
I thought I was the only one that was allowed to cuss on your channel, and only once a year.
This setup is actually really cool. This is the whole thing. You can plug a lapel, a lavalier type mic into it, but it actually has a button on it. Oh, this side, that bright orange button. If you push that, it will record your audio, up to 8 hours of audio directly into here. So if for whatever reason you lose connection between the transmitter and the receiver, you still have a good audio, or if you get noise or whatever. So hopefully that'll be pretty cool. It is hot. I might have to crack that door. I have a 42-inch fan running over there, and I have my 24-inch fan that's mounted in the wall up over there, just to move some air in here. But it's hot. It's hot.
If you hit the big time with this YouTube stuff, you're gonna have to air condition your garage.
If I hit it big in YouTube, I will absolutely air condition my garage.
Like, as soon as you're at the point where you're making 5 digits a year off of YouTube, you might want to consider moving into that.
If I just make it a little bit big, I will air condition my garage. The biggest downfall to that, well, I mean, besides money, but is the garage doors themselves, because they're not insulated. And although I could get them insulated, or I could get insulated doors, because I have to replace this one anyway, that's the biggest downfall. And then the rest of it, I was looking at spray and foam insulation, but I think I could get by with fiberglass batting. So, all right, so here's I didn't run down the chat. You guys are just going to have to deal with it. I don't have my second monitor to see what's going on. I have the little tiny chat box that's inside of StreamYard. Yeah, and my screen's not very big. So
the plan is for me to mostly keep an eye on chat today, right? And relay information to you.
That's the thing. So yeah. James, anything that you guys want to ask me, you're going to have to ask James. And then James... Well, look, I can just make everybody sick to their stomach. James will.
We just lost 5 viewers.
James will relay it to me, and then I can hear and I can speak, and I should be able to go anywhere in the garage and have that capability. My plan today for my project, which is unlike any I've ever done here, I'm putting up drywall on my new framing
What a good idea.
Now, here's the fun part. Here's the fun part.
This is the fun in Fun King.
Oh, yeah. Each one of those sheets is 47 pounds. Not that I can't lift 47 pounds, but it's 47 awkward pounds. So you might see me drop some drywall. You might see me get hurt. I don't know.
I don't know. Hey, I also had to
don't
carry
know.
something that was just about 50 pounds today. Awkward segue into what I've got on my desk.
I'm not even sure I want to know what you're. A computer.
Yeah. This this beautiful specimen is an eMac. I have so many jokes set up for when it. Well, actually, no, just the one. I've got one joke set up for the video because the eMac came after the iMac, which doesn't make sense, right? Because alphabetically, E in the alphabet comes before I.
Yeah.
So
when
the joke is
when has Apple ever done anything that makes sense?
well. So I'm gonna go. Well, the reason for that is I after E except after C. They're just
Except after PC.
except after PC. This is the education Mac. So it's a G4, which was when actually I can just turn around. Mind the mess. Everything is a mess down here as usual. Over there, yeah, right there. Kind of see it right there. That is a G4 iMac, which had an LCD screen, which was more expensive. So Apple released similar hardware in the eMac for the education environment. So the E is actually for education Macintosh, and it still has a CRT, so it looks more like the the original iMac, the G3 iMac.
Real quick, I want to answer a question from a viewer. A Judy Shelton is asking, why are you putting up walls? Sometimes you have to build walls in life. Just tired of people when you got to put up walls. No, really, just so my mom and everybody else knows, because of the amount of time that I spend out here and the fact that it is 100 degrees with 50% humidity, I'm hoping by sectioning off this last 40 by 40 that I can control the temperature in here better. Right now, running a fan in here is literally like, blowing into the Grand Canyon. It doesn't do anything. So that's the whole point of that. So I'm going to get going. If like I start working and you can't see me, holler and I'll move the camera.
Okay.
So this is the point where you have to talk to people.
Yeah, I'm going to do the rundown of chat since. So we've got Breakcore 3D, aka Justin, who says first. But then Nadav says, nope, I put first 4 hours ago. It just resets chat at the 30-minute max.
Yeah, if it falls off, it doesn't count.
Yeah.
You have to keep coming back and renewing your first.
Justin says, okay, well, I was first in the last 30 minutes then. John Strand popped in and said first in the last minute and first to hit the like button. Nadav said he was the first to hit the dislike button. Alan Osborne's here. Tom Elrod is here. I'm going to get the name... Varangian Biker, you're gonna correct me because you know how to say it.
That's Ollie.
Ollie's here. Scott McClellan is here. Hack Monkey is here. Clint is here. Let's see. Sanders 3D is back this week.
Sanders 3D is following me. He has subscribed and I appreciate it a great deal.
Bob Carnes is here. Your mom is here. And
your mom's here. Oh wait, no, you meant that legitimately.
Yeah. Your mom just says she has to go. Goodbye. So.
God, I can't even retain my mom.
That's fair. I mean, this is not entertaining. I'm gonna keep reiterating. He may hurt himself today during the stream. So.
Yeah, you might want to just watch for that. I mean, my mom wouldn't
himself
want to
during the
watch
stream.
for that.
If you hurt yourself during the stream, this will not be available for replay later. So it's now or never to see Glenn take a header off of a ladder or something like that.
That's good marketing, but I would put it back up.
Now you can't be seen right now, right? I'm assuming you're getting stuff off screen.
Yeah, I was actually setting up the Ghost Pro to do a time lapse.
The Ghost
because
Pro.
The footage, the Ghost Pro, the footage that I will be filming today will also be used in a upcoming video on the Garage channel. So
what's behind the wall? Is that just going to be storage, and then it's isolating your storage area from your work area? Is that your plan?
that is a fantastic question, and one that I'm very glad that you asked. So I should have had a graphic. I'll have a graphic available next week for sure to show you guys. But this door right here, walking through this door, the next 20 feet approximately, it's actually like 18 and a half, is what I refer to as the clean room. It's where I'll do things like, you know, my RC cars and stuff. And if I have to build an engine, that's where I'll build it. That room will be under air conditioning by the system that's already in the garage for the apartment. Oh, sorry, the studio. Beyond that 18 feet is the wood shop. It will also be under air conditioning under the same unit. This side over here, you can kind of see.
I see the garage door.
Well, there's a little door here, and that little door is actually the stairs to get upstairs. There will be 1,600 square feet of storage up top. Nice. And then the big door that's further down is a 10-foot wide opening, and that is actually the metal and fab shop. It's not going to get a door. I might put a curtain on it or whatever, but it's going to have metal sheeting on the walls. It will be fire stop caulk to the floor. It will be completely flame proof inside of there so that I can do any grinding and welding in there without burning the place down. So, oh, and
very cool.
Beyond that will be parking. It'll be a legit parking garage, large enough to fit the Fummins. Man, I had to push that thing outside to have this workspace today.
Because that engine still isn't running. You just got it in there.
I just checked it for spacing, right? I had to push that thing out. All right. So, and then anybody who is curious on how this is going to happen, which I don't actually know, I'm going to use my hydraulic lift table to get the sheets up at least this 33 inches. And then I should be able to manhandle it up on top of these. I just installed these today just to get a base going. And so we're gonna see how that goes. I got a couple of outlets here, and I got another one down there with a 220 in case I care to plug in a welder out in the main shop. I also need to let you know. No, I need you to let me know. Should I do anything that's like excruciatingly loud? Let me know right away so I can mute my mic.
I'll scream at the top of my lungs, just as loud as I can.
Just to kill everybody's ears at that point?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I'll get louder so they don't blame you.
That seems like a good plan.
So I picked up.
Go ahead. Can we tell this? Can we tell the story real quick on the audio before the stream started and why? That last.
Do you want to do the full walkthrough, or do you want me to just do the long story short for people?
Do the long story short.
Okay, so because Glenn is just getting all this set up, because he and I talked earlier today, and I said, you know what, you got that drywall to do. You should start doing your streaming from the garage. Get that figured out. So because he's got this new wireless mic and he's got his new headset and stuff like that, we started doing an audio test, and all of a sudden he cut in and we were talking and everything was good. And I said, okay, awesome. And then it cut out again. And so I said, oh, I can't hear you anymore. And I'm like, I'm assuming you can't hear me, or you can hear me. And he didn't react. So we're doing thumbs up, thumbs down. And he leaves, he comes back in. Finally, he sends me a message on Twitter that says, why don't we just go live and then we'll figure out who they can't hear. Had never, ever in the entire situation come to my consideration that the problem might be me. And I looked up and sure enough, my headset had turned itself off. So.
And mine was fine.
Yep.
It was passing all the tests. Like I was running the StreamYard test and stuff, and StreamYard wasn't complaining, and I could hear, and like I got audio check, and no, it was James.
Yep.
So, there's something else I want to say too, because James called me out on this. Was it last week that I went live without you?
Yeah.
So James said to me, this is the second time that you went live early when I wasn't available. It kind of makes me look bad.
It makes me look like I'm the one that holds it up all the time. Well, and really, I think it's probably 50-50.
I got to thinking about that, and you realize that never, ever could I go live early if I was the one that was holding us up.
Yep.
Because I wouldn't be here.
Yep. Because it's through your StreamYards. and your channel, I can't go live without you. You still have to click the
Right.
button.
Right. So,
Yep.
so I mean, it doesn't necessarily make you look bad. It just makes it look like it was an opportunity for me.
Is the pulsing of the image on the screen bothering anybody? I've got my camera set to 15 hertz because it's the closest I can sort of sync up to something that isn't completely spazzing. Apple locks their refresh rates to interesting refresh rates, shall we call it. Like if I check the display right now, I think it's at 83 hertz or something like that. And it doesn't have like a 60 hertz or a 75 or 90. It's always and like it only matters for filming, really, right? Like this is the only inconvenient part. And
Yeah,
I
you
don't
wouldn't
have
see it otherwise.
and I can buy a camera that that has this, it's called like synchro shutter or something like that, and it allows you to dial in your shutter speed down to like decimal points of refresh, but it's like $1,500 to $1,800 US for a used one.
Oh, I'd get
And
right on that.
well, like if I was buying my first camera, but I've already gotten a somewhat expensive one, and until I've got that type of money coming in from the channel, I just can't justify spending it. But and really, like it's mostly only with the Macintosh computers. Windows computers, I can generally set them to 60 hertz or whatever, and it's fine for filming. Some old games, they force, like you can't change the refresh rate of an old game. It's whatever they coded it to. But
No, I don't want
Sanders
anybody laughing
3D,
if I split my pants.
Sanders 3D wants to know if your hydraulic cart has a brake.
It does. It actually has one on each of these back wheels, which I just set that, like you can't really see it because it's down too far. But, and then the part where I was rudely making a lot of noise while James was talking, I put these cleats up on here so that I can lift the panel up behind those cleats so that it doesn't tilt out and hit me in the forehead.
It would be funnier if it did hit you in the forehead, though.
It would be funny, yes.
Okay,
I'm gonna back this up a little bit. Wow, that is terribly shaky, but is that a little better view?
I think that's better. I've set the EMAC to 1024 by 768, which has an 89 hertz, and I can set my camera to 90 hertz. So it's just a little obnoxious now. It's not going to induce seizures, I don't think. I want to see if I can get our stream up on this thing. I think I'm probably asking too much, but...
That's asking too much of any computer.
I can't tell if the white balance went back to what it was, because it still looks quite yellow on my screen.
All right, everybody wish me luck on this.
Does the EMAC...
I didn't test this. I didn't test this setup beforehand. This is the first time I've done this.
Good luck. So everybody's watching. Does this look mostly white or does it look yellow? Because it's also possibly the color calibration on my monitor. But I think it looks yellow because also the blue on the background doesn't look right. That sounded like thunder there a little bit.
No, that was me moving in. It is thundering, but that I was moving in on my 42-inch fan so I could redirect it. Because if you haven't figured out, it's hot in here.
It's getting hot in here.
All right,
Please
so
keep
that's
on
as
all
high.
your clothes.
That's as high as this thing lifts. I did actually consider putting my floor jack on top of this thing and strapping it down, and so like 2 layers. But
that sounds like there's nothing that could go wrong with it.
No, this is already feels like an OSHA violation. I'll tell you though, if you ever think that you could use one of these hydraulic carts, they are absolutely phenomenal. And I wish I had an affiliate link because I could sell 1 million of them. But it's Harbor Freight, and it wasn't cheap. I want to say it was like $350 or something. But man, I use this thing for everything. It's a nice little like mobile workbench, and just in fact, I used it to pick up that last section of wall so that I could get underneath it to stand it up because it was just so heavy I couldn't get it off the floor. I am old,
Well, unfortunately, the 10.4 Fox. So 10.4 Fox is a version of Firefox that they've been maintaining to run on old power PCs that only go up to OS X 10.4.8. I think is the 10. Oh, this one's 10.5.8. Anyways, older power PCs, and they finally stopped maintaining it last year. And yeah, we can't actually load the stream. So
Oh,
it
that
has
sucks.
it has yellowed a bit, not as much as the keyboard is yellowed. The keyboard is it's pretty yellow. It's quite uniform, and I did pop one of the keys off, which is white underneath, so it'll make a good restoration video. We'll get it right back to being white. Brian Vine says, "Come with me, and you'll be in a world of OSHA of violations." I sang for you. There you go. So you'd get demonetized if anything I sang sounded like the actual original music.
I'm back to considering putting the floor jack on top of the hydraulic table.
What? Okay, does it help if I dare you? I dare you to do it.
I mean, the sucky part is I kind of need to be where the table is, and in this spot I could have put the table through the doorway, but it's not going to help in the next sheet.
Gene Gamble just donated $20 to the stream and said, "Here's for the hospital bill," with the crying emoji.
Gene, you're awesome. Thank you. Much appreciated. I'm sure the hospital bill won't be much more than $20 when I die.
Well, if it was in Canada, if it was in Canada, you just made $20, you know.
I've done some super sketch things in my life, you know, like
probably
more
today.
so when I was younger. But yeah, I'm gonna bring this down. We're gonna see about putting the jack on here.
You're a jack.
That's not very nice of you.
You need me today, so I figure I'll just be rude.
So I'm running the GoPro 10, which anybody knows, GoPro 10s have a terrible problem with overheating.
Yep. Can you put a heatsink on it? I guess like you'd have to unwaterproof it to add any additional cooling.
Yeah, well, I've got it in a audio mod, which is all aluminum, so that helps a little bit. But I also have, and I wish I could show you, I have a DeWalt 20-volt fan that I usually use to keep myself cooler, and I have that sitting on the floor blowing on it. So hopefully I'll actually get a 2-hour time lapse. Time lapse actually lasts a little longer than regular filming.
Glenn, so let's see.
Nothing can go wrong here.
Sanders 3D says, "Just lift the rest of the way with straps." Brian Vine 3Ds laughs at either my singing or something you said, probably my singing. Chris Lane says, "I'm thinking straps as well." Local maker am I? Go ahead.
The problem with straps is it's going to mess up the bottom of the sheeted drywall.
That's fair.
Drywall is so crumbly.
And then a pain in the butt to mud it later.
I already hate drywall.
Local maker MI says, "Remember, Glenn, lift with your back."
Oh, always. That's where the most strength is.
Take your legs completely out of the equation.
This might take my legs out of the equation.
Only if we're lucky.
Yeah, nothing can go wrong here. This is brilliant. So I've rolled the front wheels of the floor jack off the lift table. So the jack's not going to want to slide. This is great. Should I change the camera angle so it's more close up?
I feel like when this all goes to crap, we're gonna want to have had that nice close up. So yeah, probably. Well, so the good news is I can't stream the video from the eMac, but I can open chat. So I'm just gonna pop out chat here. It is slow as molasses. Why are molasses so slow?
I don't know. I mean, moles as a whole are pretty fast.
Yeah. So why are their asses so slow? I don't understand. I popped chat out, but then I accidentally clicked off, so it was God knows where for a little while there. Ollie says, when I lived in Africa, I had a big fan blowing on the power supply of my computer because it got so hot. He also said, da 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 da. Local Maker says, save the video as evidence for homeowner's insurance claim. Hack Monkey says, which is more expensive these days, the hospital or the drywall? I think building supplies are starting to come back down.
Yeah. Well, this drywall was $16 a sheet. It was the cheapest wall sheathing that I could find. I mean, this is 5/8 fire rated, so it was a little bit more expensive than typical, but I'm just kind of hoping in case a fire got started on one side or the other that this would slow it down from spreading.
I'm gonna I want to try something. I just thought, because like my goal today was to be able to watch our stream from the Emacs, so I'm looking forward to where the camera is. Since I can't do that directly, I'm gonna see if I can install a VNC viewer client on and then just VNC into my desktop, which is able to view the stream. VNC viewer, power PC, OSX 10.5. Let's go.
I just want to say for all of you who doubted me.
But now the door's blocked.
Well, and I'm not there yet because this sheet still needs to slide down like, I don't know, 15 inches because there's a huge I-beam in the way and it has to go in behind the I-beam. So
hey, is that a beam made by Apple, the I-beam?
It is the I-beam.
Bum, 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 bum.
All right, but as of right now, this sheet is sitting on top of the other sheet and it's completely off of the jack and off the lift table. And now it's behind the I-beam, so it won't tilt out. But it also isn't sliding down far enough. Well, this is, super sketch.
Story of my life.
I have to go around the wall, so I'm going to disappear for a minute. Now you can't see me because I'm behind the wall.
Ha ha ha. For all we know, he kicked off his pants on the way around.
Absolutely.
I
I haven't been wearing pants this whole time. That's a filter.
hope that filter never goes out. You don't sleep well as it is. So it was a 2-hour round trip, but I went and picked this guy up yesterday from a guy who's had it since it was new, and it's actually overclocked by over 20%.
2-hour round trip. That's like me running to the convenience store.
That's not very convenient at all. But I mean, I guess because the Cummins doesn't have an engine in it, right? You just gotta hope it's mostly downhill and
gotta push it the whole way.
Yep.
Hey, did I mention it's hot in here?
You haven't.
Whose idea was this?
Actually, it was mine.
Yeah, you just don't care about me.
I care about the views and the clicks.
Look at that. This is a great idea. I'm going to patent this before somebody else comes out with it.
Double jack. We have 12 people watching, so I guess the
word hasn't gotten out that I'm going to die.
Yep.
Somebody should tweet this. That I'm on the edge of self-destruction.
I mean, I actually can't tweet it right now because the keyboard in front of me is not able to type where I can do anything good.
Well, I can't tweet because I can't afford the bandwidth. I had to run an Ethernet cable.
You do get occasional video pauses, but it's interesting. You're getting pauses in your video, and then when it comes back, it's immediately clear. You know, usually when you've got bandwidth issues, so it's not. I guess what I'm saying is it's not a bandwidth issue, because when you get bandwidth issues, when it comes back, it always starts at like 240p and then ramps up. This year, the video is pausing, and then it comes back immediately, but it's clear.
Weird. I mean, the laptop's plenty strong. It's an i7.
And the camera's connected directly to the laptop.
USB, yeah.
Okay, it's not like a wireless camera.
No, it's a Logitech 920.
Okay. aka the camera everybody has.
Yeah. Well, the first one that I hooked up was just a cheapy one that I got during the pandemic when you couldn't buy a good webcam. And it was the refresh rate on it was screwy, and with the LED lights on it was. Which, by the way, is the lighting okay? I mean, can you guys see okay? Is there glare?
Yeah,
Is there
your
anything I
image
need to
actually,
adjust?
your image, in my opinion, looks pretty good. Like-
Oh, that's saying a lot for this.
I'm actually surprised that it's just a Logic G920 because that's what I'm running, and I don't find the clarity on my cameras as good as the way yours looks.
No, I
Although,
tuned mine up.
how'd you do that? Duct tape?
I installed a larger intake on it. Oh wait, that's the wrong project. Hey, I got news about projects, and being that this is Project Talk, what was it, 2 or 3 weeks ago, I started talking about Sick Week and the Thunderbird and needing a motor for it. Yesterday, I found a FE 460 big block for it. All it needs is lifters and push rods, and I'm picking it up for $500, which is a screaming deal.
Quick, somebody find that guy and then offer him $600 for it.
Yeah.
Disclaimer: don't do that.
I'm super excited. I still don't know if the car is going to be worth fixing. I haven't gotten it out of the hole it's in yet, but I'm excited.
Mitch 3D has slid in and said, "Wow, in the garage to dog."
In the garage, in the heat.
You might have meant to say today, but I'm going to read it exactly as it's written. To dog.
To dog?
To dog.
Maybe he was talking to dog. Whew. Wow, I'm dying. I'm dying out here. I hope you guys are feeling the pain that I'm suffering right now, because this is the pain that I go through for every video that I bring to you guys. Never mind the fact that I filmed all of those like 7 months ago when it was cool outside. But what I'm saying, I think the next project coming into the garage is going to be the 1974 Corvette, which is pretty exciting. And then sometime not long after that, it will be the Thunderbird, with some other things mixed in, of course, but all right, okay, never mind. I was gonna say, somebody remind me where I put my tools down, because I do that a lot. Set stuff down and forget where I put it.
Just set it and forget it.
And I do actually have a drywall gun that, like sets the screws proper, but it's corded and I don't like that. So I just use, good old brain power and don't overrun the screw. Is this
that
too
works
short
almost
for a
50%
door?
of the time. Just limbo. Let's see what you can do.
Nope.
I'd
I'd probably split my pants.
So to cut out that hole, are you going to use a saw some or Sawzall?
Actually,
I'm just going to get jiggy with it.
I'm going to use a multi-purpose multi-tool.
Very
that sound
nice.
used to drive my dog crazy. It doesn't anymore because she passed away, but
I mean, she could still be listening somewhere and just can't tell you.
Could be.
Mitch has challenged me to get Windows running on the Emacs, so now I have to go see if I can find a copy of Virtual PC in my CD collection. Oh, that was easy. It was literally the second CD in the stack. I'm doing this, Mitch, but you know what they say, happy Mitch, happy life.
That's right. Is that like annoyingly loud?
Nope, it's not too bad.
Okay, good.
Chris Lane says you should use the Sawsmost.
The Sawsmost?
Yeah. Sawsmostus Jones.
Yeah, doesn't saws all, it only saws most.
Yep.
Don't you guys be looking at my buttocks while I'm up here either.
I'm not looking at anything but your buttocks. I bought a fiberglass pen. It writes in itchiness.
It writes what?
In itchiness. And it fell. Gosh darn.
By the way,
Son of a bum.
OSHA requires 3-point of contact on a ladder at all times.
Ugh.
That was me walking down the ladder without using my hands at all. The heck with those OSHA people. Wow, that's some pretty nice drywall. Anybody want to come tape and mud this for me? Because I can't stand doing that.
Neither could the people that did our basement. That's why they didn't bother. When we did our first walkthrough of this house, it was not very well lit downstairs. And I was like, it's all good. So then we come in and we add lighting, and like they mudded, and the mud is like not even like sanded to the point where it's like a smooth curve. You know what I mean? It's just like chunked on there. So
that's lovely.
My dad came and did a walkthrough, and he's like, honestly, the amount of time it's going to take to fix this, get your buddies to come over for a week, and we'll get a dumpster. We'll completely gut it and redo it. So instead, I covered it up with Mac Tack.
What is Mac Tack?
I think that's just a brand name for like the adhesive. It's almost like it can be used as wallpaper, or it can be used for like drawer liner. It's like self-adhesive.
Oh, contact paper.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, I think Mac Tack's just a brand of that.
Did you do it in like the nice wood grain?
No, I did it brick. You can actually see it if I zoom in.
That's what your brick is? It's just contact paper?
Not the brick on the Emacs screen. If I zoom out my camera screen, you can see in behind the computers there. See what I mean? Like
it's so tiny on here, but okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I could try and zoom it in more than that, but probably not gonna. All
right, so now let me ask you, audio-wise, how terrible is this noise?
Not bad. Just it's a hum. Like,
okay, I don't think that's how bad is it? How bad is it if I do like this?
Still not terrible. It's just annoying.
Okay. Well, everybody be annoyed for just a minute.
It's not that's just annoying. That's what we say about Glenn behind his back.
And some people into my face. I think I'll wait and do that after the stream.
I mean, you can just mute your mic for a second if you want to do it.
Yeah, I could do that. All right, I'm going to mute.
Is there a mute on your mic?
Probably.
The copy of Virtual PC I have can't be installed on here because it's for the old version of Mac OS.
Am I muted?
Nope.
Testing?
You're not muted.
I'm not muted?
Nope.
Balls.
I don't know if he can hear us now, so let's just badmouth him anyways, just to be safe. You never want to lose the opportunity to badmouth Glenn a bit, you know? Well, that's too bad. I thought that was going to be an easy win. Make Mitch happy, but when time closes a window, it opens up a doorway with a saw. Now, I know what you guys are thinking. Aren't the streams where it's mostly James talking the worst? Yes. Yes, they are. But hey, it at least gives me the chance to like ruin a bit of Glenn's time, you know? Well, that's interesting. I thought all these games ran under OS X, but try to run them and it says cannot open the application Elite Force installer because the classic environment is no longer supported. I try to be knowledgeable. And if I'm not knowledgeable, I try to fake it. All the games that I got for it may not work at all. What about bugged them? Fake it till you make it.
Did I mention
Hey, you're
it's
back.
hot in here?
You've said that once or twice a minute since the stream
Look at
started.
Look at Ooh. It's just pouring out of my head. Plus, I got drywall dust all over my hand.
Now you're demonetized.
No, not until I sing a Disney song. That'll get me. All right, I just gotta tidy up the top, and then that piece will drop out of there, and I'm back to having a doorway.
Drop it like it's hot?
I should have brought a second shirt. This is the third shirt for today. I have to keep changing them because of the sweats, but all right, I'm gonna meet you back out, and I was
Okay.
looking for my microphone. You have to talk to the people.
Well, I have been talking to the people. People aren't.
It's dead air. Well, you have to just continue to talk.
Oh, okay. I'll never forget the first time I met Glenn. He came running up to my hotel room the minute I got in, and the story takes a turn from there. And of course, he's muted right now, so he can't say anything about this. But what's everybody out there working on this week? Anybody building anything cool? Look at that doorway getting cut. It's pretty cool that the camera's actually got a decent enough resolution that you can actually see not only is the saw blade poking up, but you can see the little clumps of dust falling down. Half-scale death racer. Is that? I haven't watched. I've seen it pop up in a couple of videos, but I haven't watched any of them yet. That's I think like Joel and Angus's latest videos. Is that the death racers we're talking about? Chris Lane is building something cool that he can't disclose, but it does deal with 3D modeling. Mitch 3D is just finished his move, so he's mounting TVs and rebuilding furniture and unpacking. And Sanders 3D is working with 4 printers and a laser engraver. This is not your chance to do the Marilyn Monroe thing, okay? Glenn with 1N is here today. Glenn Hogue. He's being lazy today, which is the way you got to be.
I'm gonna be lazy right now too because I'm having a little bit of a dizzy spell. That just comes with the anemia.
Well, you know what they say: get over it.
I wish I could. It's absolutely. I mean, listen. It's not the worst disease in the world. I mean, yeah, it can kill me eventually, but the level of it that I have isn't really that bad. But it's really annoying because I'm the kind of person that I can't sit still as I'm sitting still. But you know what I mean? Like I have to be doing stuff all the time, and it puts a hindrance on that. A couple hours out here in the heat, and then if I have to bend over and pick something off the floor, I about pass out.
Take a breath, hang out, I need to stop the yawning. Sanders 3D thinks you need to hydrate.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I don't remember where I put my water, but I
You can
actually
see it
have.
on
I don't know
camera.
if I don't know if I showed on the tour that I did, but I have a water fountain over there that actually like works. It cools the water and everything. It's
You
pretty
did show us.
sweet.
You're talking about relocating it into the apartment,
The studio.
the studio apartment.
Yeah. The only thing is when I need it when I'm over here, and that's a long way. That's like 80 feet that way. Well, these earbuds are absolutely killing my ears. I got to look at getting a set of those ones that everybody suggested where it just like plays the audio off your skull bone.
Those have been around for a while. They were a pretty popular brand originally that only made them, but I think there's other brands now.
Yeah, Uncle Ron sent me a link to a knockoff one that was only like $40. So
$40 is worth the roll of the dice.
Yeah, well, and it's Amazon, so if they don't work, I can send them back. But these are the smallest rubbers for this, and it's just killing my ears right now. I have very small ear holes.
Well, look at that. You got your first piece up.
Yeah, but I still have a bunch of screws to put in. Looks pretty good though. I you know, like it's really weird to me to have a wall there, but yet on the other hand, I've been working on the drawings for this building since like 2012. So it's been that long since all of these plans took place, and now it's pretty cemented. The doors and stuff are where they are. I considered putting a big window in right here so that I could see into the garage from the clean room just in case somebody walked in, but I'll just put a bing bonger on the garage door.
A bing bong?
Yeah, one of those like you break the invisible beam.
Oh yeah.
And it shoots them with lightning.
Pew pew.
Teach them to trespass.
You've been watching too many Marvel movies lately.
Maybe. This is a really weird stream. It doesn't feel like a stream to me.
Well, because you're usually the one reading chat. You're just doing stuff.
Yeah, like big stuff, not even just like messing with wiring harnesses or whatever.
We have 13 likes and 13 watching, so it's like everybody clicked the thumbs up today.
Oh, that's greatly appreciated, everybody. Whew.
They're all just disappointed that this isn't another Minecraft stream because we know how much everybody loves those.
Well, you know, we gave it a whirl. People didn't seem to like it.
Should I just cancel that Minecraft world then?
Yeah, probably. I don't generally have time to play games anymore anyway, so.
Yep.
Sad, but it's the way it is.
All of my spare time, which is not a ton of it, goes into filming and editing.
I can totally understand where that comes from.
I'm probably going to. You can see the Print and Play logo sign a little bit behind the. Well, I guess you can't see it that much. You can just see it poking out. You can see the top. You can see the top of it there, in between the eMac and my like image cam. I'm probably going to take the sign out because I don't know if I'm going to keep Print and Play in the name for the retro channel. So
right,
I'm going to debrand myself more. It almost never shows up in the video anyways. It's like, I don't want to put it down to the point where it's like right behind the computers I'm filming, but also I never film wide shots because, you know, the desk is only so wide and I don't want it to shoot off the desk.
Well, and like I was thinking about it just today, oddly enough, that I was thinking about dropping the 3D off of the Fun King 3D channel.
And just call it Fun King.
Just make it Fun King, because I mean, that channel isn't just about 3D printing. It's about making in general.
Yep.
And so like I could really do anything I want with it, but I'm so branded as Fun King 3D. And you know, no making is not 3D in some way. I mean, even if you draw pictures, that's still technically 3D.
just very, very lightly raised or indented.
Just really, really thin, right? So, but not that I draw pictures. I'm a terrible artist. I don't have an artistic bone in my body when it comes to stuff like that.
I was considering changing since every episode has something to do with Star Trek, and the joke will only make sense to people that have watched Star Trek. I was considering rebranding the channel, the retro one, as Yesterday's Enterprise, since it's all old computers and electronics anyways, but there was an episode of Star Trek called Yesterday's Enterprise. And it was a sort of like time travel what if episode.
Yeah, but you can't let that steer it. I mean, technically every title of these streams are the one which I totally stole from the TV show Friends.
Yep. Like, no one told me life was gonna be this way, you know?
Pivot. All right, so now do I spend the next few minutes just running some screws, or should I put up another sheet?
What?
Do I spend the next few minutes running screws?
Yeah.
Or do I put up another sheet?
I would put up another sheet because it's not too much effort to go back and tack them up as long as it's secured there, and there's no chance of you hurting yourself with.
Yeah, no, it's plenty secure. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, do the thing that might get you injured.
Okay, yeah, that's better for viewings.
That's literally the only thing I'm thinking of right now.
As is most of the audience. Do I need to shift the camera maybe just a little bit? Let's go down.
Just a hair. There you go.
Oh, that works.
Now we can see door number 2.
Door number 2. That is the stairs. That is my stairway to heaven.
Oh, careful. We were just talking about you falling off the ladder. I don't want that to be your stairway to heaven. Just putting in an express route.
Now, this isn't going to work nearly as well because I don't have a doorway to push the cart through. So it just means that the board will have to be at a little bit more of an angle, I think. But
John Strands asks, "Are you going to Maker Faire in Orlando?"
Yes.
Chris Lane says
God,
he's dialed.
God willing.
Chris Lane says he's dialed 9 and 1 so far. He'll hit the other one when he hears the scream.
Ye all of little faith.
I don't think it's faith. I think it's hopefulness.
But I got to sit down again because I'm dizzy, and dizzy and ladders don't go well together. Yep. Right now, I'd like to have my little DeWalt fan blowing on me, but I'm afraid that the GoPro will overheat. So I'm rolling my cart of 600 pounds worth of drywall because these are 78 pounds a sheet. And I got them on one of those flat carts like this, and I'm rolling them out of the store. And this lady comes winging into the contractor pickup area in her little minivan and almost hits me. And like, it was all I could do to stop that cart because of the mass of it, you know, the momentum behind it. And she just gives me a little wave like, sorry. So as I'm rolling it through the parking lot and she's getting out of her van, I said, you do realize 2 things. And she's like, oh, what's that? And I said, 1, this is 600 pounds worth of drywall and it would have totaled that little van of yours. And I said, 2, you're not supposed to park there. Oh, I can't park here? And I'm like, not according to that sign that you're parked next to that says no parking. Because it just annoys the crap out of me when people park under the overhang. It's for picking up. It's for loading your stuff, not for parking your little soccer mom van.
But tell us how you really feel, Glenn.
Don't I always?
I've never known you to bite your tongue.
No, I don't typically hold back.
I bite my tongue too much and then it becomes an issue.
It's because you're Canadian.
Yeah.
I read an article in my newsfeed the other day that said, like, suck it up, Canadians. And then it was, study finds Americans are more polite. Which I thought was funny because they're like, suck it up, Canadians, which isn't polite.
No. Then you find out the survey. Oh, yeah, it was an American survey and it was based on how they view themselves.
Oh, I'm sure. It was probably just one guy said to himself, am I nicer than Canadians? Yep, I am. Okay, well, we're nicer than Canadians.
Okay, so it looks to me, if you look to what's for me is, so it's gonna be your right, I think. Back towards the, it looks like there's like somebody's head just slightly poking up that's wearing like a hat. Like they're just like peeking around in front of the drywall. Do you see what I mean? I don't know if it's just
No,
on the
in the
camera.
in the doorway or up here?
No, like to the left of the doorway when you're facing it, and it might just be on the camera.
Here?
Yeah, so but up. That obviously it's your drill press, right?
Yeah, it's my drill press.
Okay, so just because it's so small, it just looks like there's somebody like peeking around the corner that's wearing a hat. Yeah, like you'll have to look at the little camera, the little picture on the camera.
Yeah, I can see it. That's pretty funny. I thought you meant like down through the doorway, because like my neighbor Mike could walk over at any time.
And then we'd have to stop the stream.
No, I'd make him just help me on stream. Whew.
So before you plug that in, can I see your mains wiring?
You can always see my mains wiring. I'm a meticulous electrician. All right, I guess I'm gonna get another. I should definitely leave my chair in the way of the camera. Get another sheet of drywalls over here. So Xander, I had Xander out here helping me unload it out of the truck, and we were putting it across 3 of these plastic sawhorses, and I realized that the legs were starting to bow on them like this. And I said, no, we're gonna have to put the rest on the floor. These are really nice jacks too. If you need an automotive jack, this is a Harbor Freighter. It's proper colorage.
I don't believe you. You don't know Jack.
I know this jack. I went and bought it because my other one tried to kill me.
Clever
So
girl.
the other one had a problem where when you would go to let it down, if you turned it just a little bit too much, like you had to turn it just like a 1/4 of an inch, like what, 4 millimeters. But if you turned it too far, it would go woo and come down like screamingly fast. And Sean almost killed me working on his truck. So I went and bought a new jack. He might have been trying intentionally.
Were you finished the truck?
Almost, yeah. I mean, he could have just said he didn't want to edit the videos anymore. He didn't have to kill me.
I think we both know that's not true.
All right, this is the last sheet that I have at floor level. I know you can't see me. I'm way over on the other side, but oh, this drywall was made at 11:04 at night. That's awful late for them to be making drywall.
Love money. You gotta milk it for what you can.
My audio doesn't work real good over here. Does the microphone work okay over here?
We can hear you just fine, good buddy.
Okay, because my headphones are breaking up.
Oh, it's Bluetooth for you.
They say breaking up is hard to do.
Apparently not super easy, barely an inconvenience. Well, he did install, the guy I got it from left some games on here, so I got to take a poke at those and see what's there.
All right, that wore me out. Just moving that thing.
It's okay. Take your time.
I have to. That's why it takes me so long to do anything anymore as far as this kind of stuff. It took me a week to frame that wall up when it should have taken me no more than 3 hours. But I did hand drive all the nails. I didn't get a new nail gun. Well, I told that story last week. I didn't get my new nail gun until way into the project.
How's it work for you?
That cheapy nail gun, oh my gosh, it just, I have it now. Of course, my compressor's set at 150 psi, but I have it set to the least amount of drive on the gun, and it still sinks them too far. Why is chat so quiet today? You guys can ask questions. I can still answer questions. Just James will read them to me.
And we've gained another viewer since then, and we have 16 thumbs up now.
I mean, if this is boring, I'd like to know that too, so I never do it again. I mean, I don't mind working on projects out here. I definitely want to get the laser engraver set up out here, and those I'll have to do out here just because of the. I guess they emit smoke and sometimes fire, which is why I'm not allowed to do it in the house anymore. Mitch asked, why am I building a wall? So, Mitch, this garage being 4,000 square feet, it's very hard to control the temperature in here. So I'm hoping by blocking off this 40 by 40 area, which is where I do all the mechanical work, that it'll be easier with the ventilation fan and stuff to move air through here so that I can cool it down a little bit. Plus, then I don't have to worry about all that crap I have over there. You won't be able to see it anymore. I can just forget it's over there. Except for I have to walk through there to get out. It's always a catch.
Isn't there just...
Mitch, are you all settled into your new place? He lives in the land of 3D gloop now.
That's what I hear.
Glenn, are you planning to set up more cameras for your Fun King Garage videos? I think it's good for more angles to see what you're working on. Okay, so if that's in reference to the way that my current videos are shot, yeah, I was a young YouTuber when I shot those. I know that I don't move the camera around as often as I want to, and I will get better at it. I now have both the Sony, which I can show off that awesomeness, which it's now covered in drywall dust. But so this is my Sony DSLR, and I had originally built this dolly for Sean's jib crane, but when he took it, he didn't take the dolly. So I figured out that my my tripod fits beautifully on there, so now I can roll the camera around. But I have this camera. And I have a GoPro 10. I have some old GoPro 3s, but they made me angry, so I probably won't use them anymore.
Oh, you've had issues with stuff getting ruined by them, right?
Well, like they would just randomly cut off, and they didn't beep loud enough to let you know that it cut off. So you film 30 minutes worth of stuff, and you ended up with 5 minutes of footage. Yeah. So I don't know. I bought them used. I bought them super, super cheap. I only paid like $25 a piece for them. So, but it's mainly like battery life, and they overheat as well. But yeah, that's the long answer. The short answer to that is, yeah, I am definitely looking at some camera angles, and I'll bounce this off of you, all of you. I thought about using a security camera, and not like you know, not what's that real cheap security camera brand?
Is it Wise that keeps popping up?
Wise, yeah, there you go. I have 4 of those, but I'm thinking, like, you know, even if like the video isn't great quality, but I want to put it like way up and away, but something where I don't have to put batteries in it. It's just running all the time. I can go grab as much footage out of it as I want, and it would cover the whole workspace. So it would be kind of like an overhead shot for when I'm doing stuff. But and then as the channel grows, I do plan that will be my first big investment, is to actually have somebody here to sling a camera, because I can't get my lazy child to do it. He's probably watching right now.
Kids are the worst.
I know. But But I mean, like the episode that I did, not this recent one, but the one before where I had Sean here with the camera, it was kind of nice because there was all kinds of angles, and I could, the footage wise, I could flip back and forth between them. But I got to get better about it because I get so involved in what I'm doing that I don't think to move the camera.
And then you're done
And-
whatever you're doing, and you can't redo it.
Right. Or if I missed something, or, you know, yeah, exactly. But like when I did my mom's car, I tried to move it around as much as possible. You know, like you still can't get great angles, but the whole opening scene of that, well, in fact, the whole opening scene of that was shot with 2 cameras. So if you want to entertain yourself, go back and watch that whole thing. I mean, the opening, and think about the fact that I used 2 cameras for that whole thing, and there's like 6 different angles. So I will tell you, I pulled that car in and out of the garage like
Multiple
4 or 5 times. Yeah. Red Light Mike is here. Hi, Mike. Oh, I missed Mitch's the Missouri side, but yes, well, that's close enough. Whatever. Basements are awesome. I'll rival Chris's basement with my new channel, Mitch's basement. That would be, even if you did that as a joke, that would be hysterical. And then when people say you're copying Chris's basement, you say it's mine now. Mitch said Wise cameras are not good for capturing footage. I believe they're better IP. But see, I don't want necessarily an IP cam. I don't mind if it's hardwired. I don't know. I just want a camera that I don't like. A GoPro is absolutely out of the question. It's too much hassle to run a GoPro for a long period of time. So I need something that I could set up that doesn't necessarily have to be easily accessible, that I can just get the footage out of. And again, even if the footage isn't great, like if it looks like security camera footage, that's okay. I mean, that'll be kind of a neat.
It's just additional augmentation to what you've got, right?
Yeah, I mean, even like I would almost like it to be a little bit like a green hue and have it say record up in the corner, like, you know, like so people know it's a security camera. I think that would be pretty awesome.
I'm gonna keep. I need 2 seconds.
Oh, you're breaking up. Wonder if his headset's crapping out again. I hope you guys can hear me and it's not my headset crapping out. Good cam wired to a DVR is what you mean. Yeah, exactly. So I actually want to put legit security cameras outside the garage on the street side because I can't see this side from my house. And those usually come like 4 or 8 camera setups. So I could put a couple of those inside as well and just grab the footage from that. So. I was just trying to catch up on chat. Oh, these earbuds are absolutely killing my ears. I don't think that I got smaller buds for them, but we've actually dropped a few degrees. It's very, very cloudy outside. I can see out through the exhaust fan, and it's fairly dark, and it's not dark yet. So, but when it clouds over, the temperature drops. We've actually dropped about 5 degrees, but the humidity's gone up. We're up to like 53%. That's just great. It's perfect. So that would be super convenient. I think so. And mainly if it was just recording all the time, then I could go in and grab footage from whenever I wanted. And if something really great happened, I don't know if I ever told this story, but way back when the Dodge first got pulled into the garage, the first thing that I did was take the transmission out of it. Not the first thing, but one of the first things I did was get the transmission out because I knew I didn't need it and I wanted to get it sold. And in the process of taking the transmission out, there was not enough room I had the truck jacked up, but there wasn't enough room to get the transmission out from underneath it while it was on the jack. So what I did was I slid it off of the jack onto a piece of, I'm going to call it board, but it was like masonite. For those of you who know what that is, it's like compressed paper. And so I was standing next to the truck. I can actually stand up and give a demonstration. So I'm standing next to the truck and I've got my hands on this board, and it's about, I don't know, 5 feet long, and the transmission sitting on top of that. And I'm pulling the board like this, and the board rips in half and lets loose. And I stumble back and I stomp down on the oil drain pan full of transmission fluid, and it flies up. And I look over like this, and the pan is next to my head like this. And it's full of transmission fluid. Not full, but there was a good amount in there. And it goes down, hits the floor, makes a huge mess. That was one of the times that the GoPros had failed. So I didn't get the footage of that because I totally would have shared that. That was a perfect, like, $1 million America's Funniest Moments moment.
Your big chance to go viral, and it didn't happen.
Exactly. So, but, like if I had full coverage, if I had full floor coverage of a camera, I thought somebody was walking in the door. It might be getting ready to storm. And my backup plan, if it starts to rain, it's going to get very loud in here. Maybe not to you guys, but I'll end up having to talk louder. And my backup plan was, if I have to, the studio is right through that door, like right there.
Take you all 2 seconds to relocate. And
except I stole half the networking parts to have cabled network out here. So
that's the right way to do it.
So it would take me a little longer. But
you just bring the laptop. Oh no, because it's connected via Ethernet. So I was gonna say you just bring the laptop with you, but
well, I could. I could unplug the Ethernet and it should switch over to the Wi-Fi. But the access point is it's like right outside that door, like right there, and so it doesn't really stretch down here, which doesn't make sense. It's an open building, but it doesn't stretch down here very well. I do intend to put an access point down here and an access point down there later, but not today. John Strand said, just receive a dual Z access upgrade kit for my Aquila. But my question is, what's an Aquila? I don't think I've ever seen one. There's so many printers out there now. Remember when you could just know everything about every printer?
Yep. I get messages all the time. It's like, hey, would you recommend this printer? I'm like, I've never heard of that printer. I've got the ZubiZB RTLNE version 2.3 Pro. What's your print experience like with it? It's like, well, as there are 5 billion types of printers now, I have none.
Yeah, I've never owned that one. Send me one and I will see what I can do with it. No, I stopped saying that a long time ago too, because people kept sending me them. Then I'd have to give them away. I was looking for the case that these earbuds came in the hopes that there were smaller buds, but so a friend of mine came by the other day, and he's got a Tesla, and he ordered some black Tesla emblems, and he wanted me to take his chrome emblems off and put the black Tesla emblems on there, which I'm fine. He knows that I'm very meticulous with stuff like that, so so I spent way too much time doing it, because getting all the old adhesive off sucked. And but he made a big deal about making sure that I put his old logo back in the bag so that he'd have them. You know where those are now?
Where's
on
that?
On my bench. He just left them.
Makes
so
sense
if anybody's in the market for some Tesla emblems, $5 plus shipping. No, I'll store them away, and he'll never ask for them. Because I mean, why would he ever go back to the chrome ones then?
Maybe if he sells the car and wants to put it back to original. I know some people are like that.
Well, he does go through cars quite often. He was always a big Mustang fan. Always new Mustangs. And then if for whatever reason he got into a crash, he wouldn't keep it. He'd get it fixed and trade it in on another one. But he put his name in on the roster to get a Bronco, the new Bronco. And it was taking so long, he just determined that he was never going to get it. So he went and got the Tesla instead. And if you haven't had a chance to ride in one of those, he's got the sport dual, what do they call it? Dual sport, dual motor, whatever. It's got the two motors. And we were driving down the road at like 20 miles an hour, and he punched it, and it immediately like made me dizzy. That's how fast the acceleration is in that stupid thing. But I'll never own one. They're going to have to pry my dinosaur burning engines out of my cold, dead hands. Gas forever, as David Freiberger says.
So my dad talks about it.
If you don't know David Freiberger, shame on you. No, that's not true, but yeah, I don't know what I did with the case for these earbuds, and I know that's where the extra parts were.
What do you think of BMW charging for heated seats, a monthly subscription?
Toyota did that too, or they were threatening to. Maybe they never actually did it. They just threatened, but I think that's crap, and that would be enough for me to never, I mean, not that I'd buy a BMW, but I think that's absolute crap, and it would be enough for me to never buy one.
Yeah, I don't.
I mean, why are you going to put a feature in a car? I mean, all right. So there's a lot of times, Lexus, that say, for instance, you buy a sport utility vehicle that might look a lot like a Toyota 4Runner, but it doesn't have a hitch package on it. And so you pay like $600 extra for a hitch package. To install that hitch package, they take the plastic cover off of it from over the top of the hitch that's already on there from the factory.
Well,
Which, by the way, if you ever need to rent a car and you need it to have a hitch, there's your out. Get you a Lexus. I forget what is Lexus are all like GL 300s and weird designations like that. But whatever their sport utility is, chances are it'll have a hitch on it, and it's just behind a plastic cover. But you didn't hear that from me. How do you feel about BMW doing that?
The terms I would use to describe it probably aren't nice for a family-friendly channel, but
yeah,
I think it's silly.
It's a ripoff.
John Strand says, oh, sorry. He says, like a rocket. What would you say? Somebody said something about double dipping. Hack Monkey says that is double dipping. You pay for the parts in the car in the first place and then pay again to use it. Like,
yeah.
It costs them nothing for you to have toasted buns during your life. Once the car's in your hands.
Well, and you know, like you think about back in the olden days.
Back in the day.
Back in the day. You know, like if you ordered a car with certain features on it, that's all you got. And if you ever wanted to add, you know, extra features, they weren't in the wiring harness. But then it got to the point where it was cheaper for them to just build one wiring harness for all the models, regardless of the options. So all of a sudden you decide you want to add fog lights or whatever. The harness is already there and you can plug them in.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it got to the point where then you'd have to program the body module to handle them. But
I forget which vehicle it was, but it had cruise control as an option. And you could add cruise control after the fact. And basically all they did was pop a little cap off on the side of the steering wheel and screw the the arm in, and it had like, so like, you had the thing for accelerate and resume, and then there's a push button in the middle because it was basic functionality, and that was it.
Sounds right.
Hey Glenn, can you?
Yeah.
I'll wait till you do. It's like nowadays it's like, oh, you want some extra features in your car? Okay, well go ahead and we'll get that ready for you.
Yeah, it's going to be $1,000, and it's going to take us 8 hours in labor.
You're gonna feel a little pinch when we go for your wallet.
Yeah.
John Strand says later, people, I'm gonna go watch Better Call Saul.
Oh, yeah, I would leave this stream for that too. That is a great show.
Kay and I have been watching. We just finished Stranger Things today.
I have not seen the newest season of that because I want to go back and watch the old seasons because it took so long.
There's definitely some stuff where they do flashbacks, and like I don't remember that. And Kay and I are debating whether it was flashbacks or scenes that they filmed for like to put emphasis on stuff.
Yeah, it could be either way.
Like they're trying to establish like how strong relationships were between certain characters, and it's like, did that stuff happen, or did they refilm it so that it would look like they had a stronger bond than? Well, you get the idea.
I almost dropped that. I just want you guys to know that.
I saw that. I was waiting for it to land on your toes.
And the problem is I need to bump it down now. How do I let go of this without letting go of this? Oh, I know. I'm going to put a screw right in between these two sheets because I got to mud that anyway.
Oh, and that'll just give it a little lip to sit on, basically.
Give it a little lip because it's not going to come off the top. There, that's all I needed. That's all I needed.
You're still good. I have not seen Fargo the series. Glenn, have you seen Fargo the series?
I have not. I've seen Fargo the movie. Well, apparently that sheet did not hang level. It's fine. I gotta mud that up anyway.
It's all gonna look the same once it's mudded and painted.
Yeah, which I'm trying to come up with a cool theme. I'm thinking if I did like the bottom 3 feet in black, the top in a light gray like what the studio is, and then a nice yellow racing stripe.
That'd work. I've never heard of a nice yellow racing stripe, but you could probably do something with it.
Hey, you're picking on yellow. Yellow's my favorite color, you know?
You hate yellow.
Yeah, for you guys that don't know, I actually don't. It's not that I hate yellow. There's actually not too many things in the world that I hate in general, but yellow is definitely not my favorite color. It's not even one of like the top 3 favorite colors. Yellow became my thing just because the Fun King guy was already drawn. And what other color do you make a face? I mean, without it being racist.
I don't hate too many things either, mostly just myself.
Oh, finally some privacy out here. Oh. That was never important. Oh, I can't see the studs back there, and these X's don't line up right. Missed it by just like that much.
Missed it by that much.
And then there's cocaine. I mean, drywall dust all over the floor.
Were you trying to do your best Maxwell Smart impersonation, or is that just a coincidence?
Oh, yeah, no, that's as good as it gets.
Don't worry, Penny. I'm always on duty. So you said that. I'm like, that's my best back, and they're like, that's Inspector Gadget. I'm like, same thing. They're like, no. I'm like, no, it's literally the same guy.
No, Maxwell Smart's arms didn't shoot out, and he didn't say go gadget things.
Go gadget correction.
Wow, that is brilliant. You know, from where you guys are.
That looks all right.
Almost. Here, let's. There, that's done.
Pretty close, yeah.
Yeah, a little bit above that door. I guess I'd have to go all the way to here. Okay, there. That's, whew, I'm done.
Well, that's it for the stream today. Thanks again. Have your pets spayed or neutered.
Great day of labor. Great day of labor.
Spayed and neutered.
Spayed and neutered at the same time.
Take no chances.
It's weird to use drywall screws for drywall.
Drywall screws can be used for anything.
I use them for a lot of things
that aren't drywall. Absolutely. I'm the same way.
Yeah, I don't know why these marks aren't lining up. I mean, my studs are 16-inch on center. I confirmed that multiple times. I have the most consistent studs ever.
There's a horse farm near you that would disagree.
Did I mention how much I hate drywall? It's heavy, it's dirty, it's so meticulous. And I will mud and sand that thing until it's perfect. I'm not going to texture this wall. I have the gun to do that. I did all the drywall in the well, I built the house, but also in the studio. And I have the gun, the hopper gun, to put the texture on the walls. But I'm afraid that crud will sit in it and the walls will just look dirty all the time.
That's fair.
So,
and people already think you're a pretty dirty individual. So,
oh, I know. You can just look at this garage and know that. Paul Cumber said that's a 2-person job. Glenn, I agree, Paul. It's either a 2-person or a jack and a hydraulic table and a person. So my next door neighbor would absolutely come over and help me do this, but because his wife is off during the weekends, so he hangs out with her. Unlike
weird
me,
guy picking his wife over you.
I know. I'm in the garage all the time, so I would be out here all day, every day if I didn't have to do that work thing.
Oh, you know what I noticed this week? I was trying to figure out, I don't know if you watched my latest video on the netbook, but the video the video is a little more grainy, a little more like low light situation than usual, and it's not terrible. I don't think anybody but I noticed.
Yeah, I was gonna say I didn't notice that.
I was trying to figure out why the lighting isn't as good as it used to be, and I don't know if this will show up if I point the camera at it, but it's not going to show.
It's
There's
hard to tell, yeah.
I would say 30 to 40% of the pixels are dying or dead on this light that I bought less than 6 months ago.
Is that the newer?
Yep.
It should still be under factory warranty.
I don't know if you can see it a little bit in there now.
No, you got it up in the little tiny thing, and then it's even more tiny on my screen. So
yeah, the light. I mean, it's just it's inconsistent light in the center. So yeah,
But yeah, new. I think it's a 1-year warranty from Newer, isn't it?
I am not sure. I haven't actually checked into it yet, but
yeah, they're pretty good about backing their stuff up.
I've never had to do a warranty claim that wasn't within the first 30 days of an Amazon purchase, so I don't know how that works.
Yeah, well, I mean, most people, what they would do is just order another one from Amazon and return the broken one.
Yeah.
That would be wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, it's going to storm because it has dropped. It's dropped. Oh, I can hear the thunder now. It's dropped a couple more degrees in here. It's almost becoming tolerable. I think we're at about 83 degrees.
So of course it's about time to stop.
Is it? What time is it?
No, I meant for you because like you're gonna have to move if it starts really storming. We got 22 minutes left.
Again, it probably won't affect you guys that bad. I just have to. I mean, I've filmed when it's raining, and I just have to. I have to talk over the rain. Maybe not now with the new microphone, because I don't have to yell to the microphone anymore. Because I was normally using this dead cat.
Yep.
That's a good mic, by the way.
Are you gonna try and put up another piece, or?
Oh, I don't know. It's gonna take me a few minutes to recover from putting up that piece.
That's okay. I was asking for curious, not trying to push you to do anything you can't or shouldn't.
And actually, I can't put up another piece. I have to put some pieces down low. I don't know if I can swing the table around here enough because I have everything plugged in right now so that batteries don't go dead.
Right.
Yeah, you can see down there. Let me move the hydraulic table and then I'll give you another full tour. Not really a full tour, but so I got to cover this section here and then way down here. And then I can go another sheet up. That's my 220. Here's the rain. So here's a magical thing. If you've never been in a metal building or a house with a metal roof, when it just barely sprinkles outside, it sounds like it's a torrential downpour. I should crack that. I'm going to crack that garage door open. I bet it's nice and cool out now.
And you're probably not going to get a neighbor dropping by if it's pouring out.
Yeah, if it's raining. Oh, I can feel the wind rush in. Yeah, it's barely sprinkling outside, but it sounds like it's downpouring. But that'll let a little bit of cooler air in here and I won't die.
Well, it's good. We probably don't want you to die.
Oh, yeah, this is really, I mean, like looking in the image on the computer with that wall behind, it's really weird. It's really weird because I know where I'm sitting and yet
that's been open for as long as it's been there.
Long time.
But you're going to gain all that extra storage up high and that's pretty sweet.
Oh yeah. Well, that's half of it'll be all the Christmas stuff and then half of it will be whatever. It'll just be nice. I want to have I want to do a like a wall unit with those attached lid containers in it. So I can have one for like plexiglass and one for, whatever, so that I can have an assortment of things and a place to put it so it doesn't just get thrown on a shelf somewhere.
Oh, we can hear the rain there now a little bit over your mic. It's not bad.
Can you hear it?
Yeah. It just sounds like an old TV that's on the wrong channel.
Yeah, well, it's a lot of roof.
And it's all echoing.
And then I never finished putting up the downspouts on this building. So I only have 2 downspouts on this side and 1 on this side. So 2,000 square feet of roof comes down 1 downspout. And 2,000 square feet of roof comes down 2 downspouts. So it's like a fire hose coming out of the downspouts.
That's a lot of damage.
Senator said, but then all your shelves will be empty? No, you don't know me very well. I'll just get more crap.
I thought you said Xander. And I was like, oh, is Xander in chat now? He must want something.
Sander. So over there, see how if I can angle this. All those shelves over there, I actually got a sweet deal on those. I went into Lowe's one day. I don't even remember what I went in to buy, but they had those on clearance for $100 each because the boxes got wet. Those are $500 shelves. And I only bought 3 of them, and I should have bought every one that they had, but I couldn't really afford it. So, and that's only 2. That's 2 units. It looks like 3, but it's 2 because I didn't put a bottom shelf in. So I used the 2 bottom shelves to make the 2 shelves on the unit in the middle, and then it's got a big gap where my engines are. But yeah, I want all of that to be gone. I don't want anything on that wall once the upstairs storage is in place because I have dreams one day of having a 4-post lift over there. So
how high is the how much clearance are you gonna have on the storage section?
I have to turn the volume up. I'm having trouble hearing you. Hang on. All right, say that again.
How much height wise are you gonna have for the storage area?
I won't be able to fully stand up. Let's do the math. So it's 14 feet to the outside height and like 15.8, I think, to the middle. It's an 8-foot wall with a 14-inch floor joist on it. So that's what, 9.5 feet. So I'll have like 3.5 feet out at the outsides and about 6 feet in the middle.
So you can stand in the middle, but
I'll
as
be
you
able
go
to
towards
stand
the
up in the
edges.
middle. Yeah.
You do your shelving right though, and like because it's that incline, the 3 feet area, you build shelving out to the point where you've got 4.5 feet, so you can just sort of lean over. You don't have to crawl.
Yeah.
But
The problem is you got to be kind of careful because shelving puts a lot of weight in a very small area
yeah,
where the leg is, and you can actually overload the shelf and push it through the floor. So like all of that has to be taken into consideration. And of course, I mean, the easy way around that is you just put extra layers of decking there to build up the floor to spread it out.
but as you
So,
add more, you lose height. So
yeah, but just a little bit, 3/4 inch, 3/4 of an inch at a time.
yep.
So, but yeah, I don't know. And then the fab shop, this wall on the fab shop, that area is intended to put a mill and a lathe in, which I probably won't have for a long time, if ever. It's just one of those future-y. So that whole wall can be covered in shelves in the fab shop.
Doesn't hurt to plan ahead.
Yeah, I just got to be careful so that I don't put stuff in there that could catch fire when you're grinding and welding. Oh, that rain is helping so much. It's like such a relief. It's like, oh, thank God it's 80.
Well, not only that, it's also so the air is dropping, but also the water hitting the roof is going to be cooling the roof, which is going to be it's all metal. It's a freaking heat sink.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I looked at so the company that I work for, we own a property that's got a big metal building on it, and one of the spots in that metal building is rented to a guy that does automotive work and hot rods and stuff. And he had asked if we would seal coat the roof of the building to help cut down on the heat. And my boss, the company owner, was like, "Yeah, if the roof's not leaking, we're not doing anything to it." So I thought, oh, seal coat. I'd never heard of that. So I looked into it. It would cost me 15 grand to put a seal coat on this roof. And pretty much what it is a not acrylic. Maybe it was acrylic. It's some kind of a plastic coating that you spray on the outside, and it creates a barrier, and it's supposed to cut down on heat. Plus it fixes any roof leaks. But yeah, 15 grand? No. It's going to deal with the heat.
It was hot enough here today that Kay's got a citronella candle outside for mosquitoes. We went outside and it was melted.
Wow.
Yeah, now granted it was sitting on a dark green table. So it's a metal
but
table.
Still, I mean,
yeah,
you guys are like a little bit further north than I am. It's funny, and like I complain about our temperatures and stuff, and I understand. I mean, like the Pacific Northwest has been getting just whaled with temperatures like hundreds of degrees. Not hundreds, but in the 100-degree mark, three digits. And Arizona, I mean, heck, those people in Arizona put up with the over 100 degrees all the time, but it's a dry heat. And that's really the difference. Like when I go to come outside and I ask my, Amazon Echo, like, what's the temperature for today? Oh, it's 93 degrees. And I'm like, great. And what's the humidity? Oh, 70%. And it's like, well, okay, I'm going to swim to the garage then.
Yay.
So, well, I definitely didn't get as much done as I wanted to, but I'm not disappointed. Yeah, I'm not disappointed at all. I could shave off a 40-inch piece and fill up the bottom of that over there, except I don't know where my drywall square is. I know what problems to have, right? So I cleaned this garage one time, long time ago, and it was way messier than it is now. And I found a set of car seats I didn't know I had. Like 2 front buckets and a back seat out of an Eagle Talon. I had no idea I even had them. How do you lose car seats in a garage?
So just as a heads up, because you were asking, chat is obviously a little bit quieter today. But in terms of viewership's been good. And we have one more like on this stream than we had on the Chris Riley stream.
Wow. Nobody likes that Chris Riley guy.
Yeah. That's why we kicked him off the stream
Right
after he quit. Right after he quit.
Yeah. Never invited back until the next time.
Until we can pick him back.
I like that guy, but
Good
don't
guy.
tell him.
Oh, is that me or you?
What?
It cut out again, but this time it was you. But just for a second.
I cut out?
Yeah.
Well, see, I don't know what the battery life is on these either. Which if I have to plug in, if I have to plug in the receiver. No, plenty of battery on the receiver. Plenty of battery on the transmitter.
Yeah, I'm sure it's fine.
This whole stream was nothing but a bunch of science experiments. New microphone, streaming on the laptop that I've never streamed on. So let's talk about TV for a minute.
Okay.
Because we usually talk about different TV shows that we were watching. In fact, we were just a little bit ago, and then I didn't pick up the segue on this. Priscilla started watching a show on Amazon Prime called Terminal List. I have to say it like that because she said, "Oh, it's called Terminal List," and I thought he was a dude that did terminal, like a scientist.
Yep.
So, and she's like, "No, 2 words, Terminal List," but it's got Chris Pratt in it, and it's I don't want to give it away, but it's based on he's a Navy SEAL. The show is super intense. I'm almost through the first season. I don't know if there is a second season yet, but it is fantastic. Thoroughly have enjoyed watching that. Gives me weird dreams, though.
About Chris Pratt?
About Chris Pratt? I always dream about Chris Pratt. He's so dreamy.
I was up until like 1:30 last night because I kept coming up with video ideas. And I didn't write them down, but I remembered the most important one.
Let me check my notebook and see if it's one that I've already thought of.
I don't even know if I told you about it today. I might have.
No, I don't think you did.
I had other stuff on my mind today. I'll tell you after the stream's over, though.
Well, that would be a good idea. So, do you know what a drywall square looks like?
Yes.
It looks like a T.
Yeah.
And it's 4 feet long, and it's like 2 feet wide. And there is one somewhere in this building,
and
I don't know where. How do you lose something that large?
So I say every time Kay says she couldn't find me at a store.
I normally keep all the tall stuff over in this corner behind the drill press, but it is not. And I'm wondering because I did some drywall work. The last drywall work I did was at my sister's house. And I wonder if by some weird chance I left it there. I mean, they're not terribly expensive if I have to buy a new one. They're under $20, but I don't want to buy a new one if I have one and it's just lost somewhere. It's getting really loud. All right, so this is a good test. If I talk at my normal level, can you still hear me okay?
Yep, we're good.
Oh, these microphones are going to be game changer for filming.
I did something that's not completely safe for work on your channel, and you didn't notice. I inflated this glove, and then I'm like,
you were just saying that we're number one.
Check it out. Wait for it. Magic.
Sanders 3D said yes and don't hear the rain. That's amazing. You really don't hear that.
I can hear the rain.
I mean, It is pummeling the roof. It's raining pretty good.
I'm afraid this glove is no longer very tight.
Can you see under the door?
I can see the ground looks wet.
It's raining pretty hard, but yeah, this will be an absolute game changer. And the microphones themselves, these little boxes, have a dead cat that fit on the mic, or you can use. It's got a wired lav so that you can clip this on your belt or whatever, and then you have just the lav. And those also have a choice between a foam cover, no cover, or a dead cat cover. So I him-hawed around about buying these for a while. They were just over 200, 229, I think, from B&H Photo. I actually reached out to Comica to see if they would sponsor me a set, but they said they didn't have any sponsorship openings at this time. And then they said, your videos are amazing. And I'm like, they'd be more amazing with a set of these microphones. They only seen the ones that Sean edited, though.
Those will be your go-to ones.
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously the flavor has changed, but I don't stress about that anymore. I did in the beginning, but I don't stress about it now because, one, there's nothing I can do about it.
Yep.
And two, I get better every time I edit one. Like you guys might watch the videos and be like, wow, this could have been better, or the audio here sucked. Well, it sucked even more before I did the editing. So I've watched, in fact, I watched one video on YouTube that was 9.5 hours about Adobe Premiere. A 9.5 hour video, and I watched it end to end. So like I'm picking up all kinds of tips and tricks, and the fact that you can pump out of Adobe Premiere and right into, I always want to say Audacity, Audition, and edit your audio. I now know how to, I can do a sampling of the fan noise and then tell it to remove that sound.
Yeah.
So I can get rid of, without having to use like a noise filter that also muffles your audio. So.
Audacity is pretty decent for if you have like low level noise in the background. You say, here's a part where I'm not talking, you highlight and it creates a profile, and then you say, okay, now do audio removal or noise removal for it, and it does a decent job. But the more noise there is, the less decent your voice sounds after the fact.
Well, so. Right, because it may be knocking out frequencies that you also speak in.
And there's not a ton that can. Although, did you ever watch Jerry Barnacle video where he was using the RTX voice stuff that's noise reduction? He's sitting there with the giant
some time
fan.
Back.
Yeah, it was a couple of years ago, but sitting there with a giant fan, or I think he had maybe a leaf blower at some point, and you could still understand what he was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, so Premiere has some features built into it which are pretty amazing. Like you can go in and tag your dialogue portions as dialogue, and then you can clean it up in there. Like you can say, this is dialogue, and then it's like, oh, we know what that is. And then like you can work around it. Plus you can use that for ducking when you have music behind it'll lower automatically where there's speech.
But it helps with your ducking music is what you're saying.
Yeah, exactly. But in a case like, well, it helps reduce noise, and you can like put different effects on. You can add reverb and stuff. But in a case like this, I might have a segment where I'm talking and then I use the impact on, and then I'm talking. And so then you have to go in and slice in between manually. Like this part's not dialogue and these are dialogue, so like it gets to be tedious. Yeah, tedious is definitely the word I want there. But still, I mean, I guess as technology gets better, we get lazier.
True story.
The rain has stopped. Storm's over.
Heat's coming
Welcome
back.
to Florida. No, it probably won't heat back up now, though I can take these earbuds out of my ear holes now and rest them against the outside. I couldn't hear. I had to jam them in there. Whew. Yeah, I'm completely just soaked in sweat. I should have brought a second shirt out. Well, you can clearly see two-tone shirts. So I had this
But the
great
thing is, you're so
idea.
soaked that it's almost one tone again.
Right. I ordered some of those moisture wicking shirts.
Yeah.
I thought, well, that'll work great because then the moisture will wick off of me and dry. It doesn't. They get soaked just like this, and they're polyester, so they're plastic.
Yeah.
So they stick to your skin worse. Yeah, it's awful.
I think their idea is that they're supposed to dry a little bit faster, right? It's the active dry technology or whatever they call it.
Yeah, well, yeah, when your humidity's not. We are. Oh, I got to share this with you guys. You guys are gonna crap. Can you?
So now you're down to 80, but the humidity's at
92 or 62.
I was gonna say
62%. Sanders said, "Tech is getting better because we are lazy." That is true. It's kind of twofold. It gets better, it makes us more lazy, so it has to get better.
Yeah, to compensate for all the extra laziness we're already putting into it.
But I don't know. Like I'm just gonna keep pushing on the videos the way that I'm doing it. I'll just keep getting better. Eventually, they'll turn into whatever they are. The people watching them, if they like them, they'll continue to watch them, and if they don't like them, they'll go somewhere else. There's nothing you can do about that, you know. Channel growth has been good. I'm at like 260. I don't remember.
262 maybe, is that what it was? I do keep an eye on it, mostly out of jealousy. I am still trying to get
1240. Oh wait, no, that's Peg Leg Paul.
That must suck. Maybe I'll give you a shout out.
269.
Oh my.
269.
That's the funny number.
Whoop, whoop. So yeah, I've been averaging like one a day.
My retro channel is doing more or less one a day. I think I've got 35 in the past 30 days, so close enough to one a day. My main channel was doing 10 a day there for almost a week, and then I said to you I'm doing 10 a day, and then it didn't meet 10 a day.
You opened your yap and
my big old yap. It was at 9. It was at 9 for the day, and then but for Social Blade, right? It monitors. It was at 9 for the day, and it rolled over to 10 like an hour into the next day. So then it's like, okay, well I already got the 10 for today then, according to Social Blade.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I decided. Well, I think I decided right about the time that I started the Funmans project, because we did. I don't know. Maybe I should just let the whole cat out of the bag, because I usually do that. But when Fun King Garage got started, like I had this vision and I was going to do it, and when it went to take off was right when Sean showed up here and he volunteered his help, and I wasn't going to turn it down. Yeah. And so we made the Ultima video, or the Maxima video, and full disclosure, the one that you guys see on YouTube is actually the second video. I shot that whole video myself and Xander, and it was awful. It was absolutely awful, and I broke the intake manifold, the plenum, putting it back on. And so I had the opportunity to shoot the whole entire thing a second time. And so we did, utilizing Sean's skills. And that turned out to be the one that you guys got to see. Isn't background information so much fun? This is the kind of stuff you get when you join my Patreon at Fun King Garage. And I got all kinds of bloopers I'm going to put on there. Because I do screw up a lot. And it makes my wife laugh, which is fantastic. But then there was a 9-month hiatus between that video and the first Funmans video. And the reason for that is because the channel almost took a turn to doing custom golf carts. So I don't know how much of the story is really true, and we won't get into all of that. But with Sean working the with the production company, he had access to TV people, and somebody, like I have a golf cart. I have a 1972 Harley Davidson 3-wheel golf cart. That's one of the two things under the bags over there. So we had started talking about doing that as one of the projects, and he mentioned it to somebody at the production company, and they said that would be fantastic. Nobody's doing a golf cart flipping show. And here where I live, it is a massive golf cart community, or just outside of where I live, or I'm just outside, whatever. No golf carts where I live. You'll get run over by the people doing 80 in a 45 zone. But so we were actually going to go that way, and I had slated a guy that was going to pay us to do a golf cart, and then it came to light that he thought we were going to do all the work for free so that we had the content, and he was going to get a custom golf cart out of it. And it's like, no, we don't have a TV production budget. So that kind of, it knocked the wind out of my sails is what happened.
Everything was going great, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, that's why it was going great, because somebody thought they were getting something for nothing.
Yeah, well, not so much that, like the whole idea of the golf carts really kind of knocked the wind out of my sails, because it wasn't what I wanted. And I was trying to make a personal decision of, do I go this way because it's a great idea, or do I go the way that I want to go? So it was a little bit of a personal.
Well, the whole point of YouTube for both of us is that we want to be doing what we enjoy doing. We don't want to trade something that we're not enjoying for something else we're not enjoying.
Right. But, well, and even so, like I picked to do the garage channel because I'm out here all the time. I'm like, I don't fight for content out here. I have stuff that I do that I don't film because I don't think it'll show well. But like, I have so much content. Never ever do I go, man, what am I going to film? Because I always have something going on. So it's a content farm in itself. So that's the great part about doing these videos. So, but yeah, I don't know why I felt that you guys needed to know all that.
But it is 6:36.
Oh, it is 6:36. I'm hungry. I haven't eaten dinner.
Yeah, I think supper's being put together, so I won't make Kay wait this week.
Well, I have to cook tonight, so they're all waiting on me. Yeah. All right. Well, you got anything that you want to plug?
I did release a new video on Friday on the Retro channel. It's on the Acer Aspire 1. Lovely netbook right here, which is
just definitely go and watch that video, and also read all the comments.
Look at this. Look at how reflective that is, right? Like I'm almost holding up a mirror. That is.
It's like a Android tablet or an iPad.
Well, and then you do the same thing with the screen, and actually that is even closer to a mirror. Like that, if I was like, yeah, this is a mirror, you would believe me.
Sanders said it's 036 there, and he has to work at 600. So
head to bed, my friend.
Man, that is we appreciate you being here. That's some dedication. I don't see midnight very often at my age. But yeah, you guys go check out James's videos. Yeah, I watched the one on both channels. I know the other one was released like days and days ago, but I didn't get a chance to watch it until.
That's okay. I appreciate watching it all.
Yesterday.
It's doing well. That video is doing very well.
Yeah, the comments make me chuckle a little. And of course, when you comment on a video, like then you get notifications from YouTube that others have commented on the video. So it's fun to keep track of all of that. But anyway, I do not have a video this week because it's my week off, because it's every 2 weeks. But I have started editing the next one because that's important. And so I'll have a video out a week from Friday. So you'll see us again before that happens. But I would love feedback on this, whether you put it in the comments of this video not in the chat, put it in the comments, or tweet it to me, or email it to me, or pigeon. I don't care. If this is a format that you'd like to see more, where I'm out here in the garage working, and of course I'll get all of this figured out as far as technology wise. But I'm more than willing to do different projects out here with you guys watching me do it live. I have no problem with that. But other than that, I got nothing. So I guess this is the point where I say thank you very much to each and every one of you for tuning in.
Even that guy?
My apologies for Gene for not putting up a banner, because like I was in the middle of stuff, but I'll totally catch you next week for your banner. I absolutely appreciate the emergency room down payment. I'm glad that I didn't have to use it. I did get a little bit of progress done, but as you can see, I really don't work as fast anymore. As well, you guys didn't know me when I worked fast, but I don't get to work as fast as I used to. Life is catching up to me, and but I'm not giving up. I'm just going to keep on pushing on. So thank you all for tuning in. We will definitely do it again next week. Otherwise, if you want to reach us, we're both on the Twitters, and you guys can always reach out to us. I guess some people lock their DMs or whatever. I don't. You can DM me anytime. It's fine. But thank you all. And as always, until next time, drywall on.
Drywall on.
Print on.
Print on.